A month ago, I already covered a Helminth combo for this frame. It did not get any spotlight because the video didn't focus on Nikes. It was a video covering how good Resonator on this frame, and others like Necros. The combo was pretty good, especially in cases wherein you needed to defend something, or survive a very long endurance run. The ability of Resonator to provide global crowd control, which also completely aggro all enemies in the field, is just amazing for frames that can be built for high range, and Nikes is one of this frame. However, the main problem I have for this build is it feels like the frame lost her identity and instead rely on Octavia's Resonator all the time. You could say I can always cast Psychic Bolts or even Chaos, but honestly, deep down inside I'm not enjoying the Helminth combo as it's too generic for my style. Don't get me wrong, the build is very effective in high-level missions, and if you want to try it, then you can follow this mod setup. I'm just looking for something better, or more specifically, something more fun, not just a one-press button combo, and opens other potential playstyles for Nikes. I still can't get over assimilate Nikes as in the past. This was my very first endgame build, which gives me tons of fun on long endurance runs. I know some don't like assimilate because of the constant energy drain and the slow mobility, but no matter how they persuade me on getting rid of this type of mod setup, I still like the way how Nikes walks like an immortal god and wiping enemies with a good melee weapon. In my opinion, mobility is not an issue with assimilate Nikes right now, as we already have something that can group enemies with either Zenurix Void Singularity, or the operator arcane called Magus Anomaly. Also, you can easily use your operator for mobility when using an assimilate Nikes build. Because of this, I think there's no reason to give out Helminth abilities like Revenant Reeve. What we should focus on now is to negate the energy drain, and one way of doing that is adding Dispensary on this frame. However, Dispensary only does one thing, and that is provide loot. So, why settle for a mediocre setup, when you can have the best assimilate Nikes by adding Gara's Spectrorage ability on this frame? Spectrorage adds another source of crowd control to this frame, but this is not the most important part of this subsumed ability. With its augment, Spectrosiphon, you can have an infinite amount of energy when you kill enemies that are inside the ability. The thing is, enemies will drop energy orbs, and this pairs well with Arcane Energize, which will give you an infinite amount of energy, especially if you are using assimilate. So basically, if you decided to infuse Gara's subsumed ability to Nikes, you will have the following benefits. First of all, infinite energy. Secondly, another good crowd control. And lastly, an immortal build which is great for endgame plays. Now, let's proceed to the builds and setup. The build is simple. Put as much range and efficiency as possible and then, equip both Assimilate and Spectrosiphon. I did choose to have max efficiency to make the energy drain of her fourth ability minimal. Don't worry about the duration, since 105% is enough for Spectrorage. Anyway, you can constantly recast this ability, and as well as keep her fourth ability active almost all the time when you kill enemies fast, and we will talk about that later. If there's one downside on this build, then that is you can't take advantage of her Psychic Bolts for stripping enemy defenses. But honestly, you won't need it if you have a strong weapon setup. Psychic Bolts may be good, but it's kind of limited, and it's better to just focus on making your weapons strong enough to kill any high-level enemies than investing power strength in this build. Lastly, Arcane Energize will be great for this combo, since this is the other way of maintaining your energy. For the weapons, I would strongly advise using Kuvanuka to spread status on enemies fast. I don't have a specific build for this weapon, but for this setup, I usually go with lots of status chance for faster status spreading, especially with the viral status. Now, the element to use depends on the faction you are facing. Just switch these 4 dual status chance mods to create the right element which a specific faction is weak against. Also, it won't hurt to have pistol ammo mutation on the Exilus mod slot, but you can use your carrier Prime Sentinel anyway, as it will also be immortal when your absorb ability is active. The next thing you should do is pick a strong melee weapon. To be exact, pick a hybrid melee weapon that can be a strong anchor for condition overload madness. Since we can spread status using our Kuvanuka, condition overload build is the best fit for your melee weapon, and if you have something like the Venka Prime, then you will kill high-level enemies easily. Like I've said, Venka Prime is not the only melee weapon you can use. You can equip your favorite hybrid melee for this combo. One last thing before we head to the announcement of the giveaway winner. Try to equip a max rank Magus anomaly if you have it. This is very efficient to use with this combo, especially in Steel Path missions. This will ensure that enemies are inside Spectrorage always, so that you can take advantage of the 50% chance to drop energy orbs. Before I announce the winner, I would sincerely like to apologize again for the delayed giveaways, especially the platinum prizes. It's kind of tough communicating with the developer at the moment, as I think they are busy with stuff and I did not receive any emails yet about platinum prizes being sent to the winners. Rest assured that I'm working on it. However, don't worry about this Ember and Frost Prime giveaway, as I'm pretty that this will be sent right away. The winner for the said giveaway is displayed on your screen. I have blurred a couple of details due to privacy reasons, and I already sent a message to the giveaway winner via email. If you think you are the winner, kindly reply as soon as possible so you can get your prizes right away. Be sure to check back later, as I got more Warframe videos, giveaways, and other exciting content for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.